I'm 92 years old, and I've lived alone for 15 years. When my husband Arthur died, everyone worried about me. Rose, you'll be so lonely. Rose, you should move closer to the kids. Rose, you need to get out more. Well, it's been 15 years. I haven't moved, I don't get out much, and I am perfectly, completely, wonderfully fine. I'm not lonely. I've never been lonely, actually, and I think there are a lot of people out there like me. People who are happy alone, but feel like something's wrong with them because the world keeps saying they should want more people around. So I thought I'd share what I've learned. 5 tips for living alone without being lonely. Maybe they'll help someone. The first thing, and this is the most important one, is understanding that alone and lonely are not the same thing, not even close. You can be alone and perfectly content. You can be surrounded by people and desperately lonely. I've seen both. Loneliness is about connection, not proximity. It's about whether you feel known, understood, valued. You can get that from one person you talk to once a week. You can miss it entirely at a party with 100 people. So the first question isn't, am I alone too much? It's, do I have connection that matters? Those are different questions. I talk to my daughter Sarah every Sunday. 20 minutes, maybe 30. That's enough for me. Some people need more. That's fine. But don't assume you need constant company just because that's what everyone else seems to want. Figure out what you actually need. It might be less than you think. Second tip, build a routine. When you live with other people, the day has structure built in. Meals together, conversations, the rhythm of someone else's schedule. When you live alone, you have to create that yourself. Otherwise, the days just blur together. I get up at 7 every morning. I make tea. Same cup, same tea, same chair by the window. I watch the birds at my feeder for about 20 minutes. Then I read the news. Then I have breakfast. It sounds boring maybe, but it's not. It's grounding. It's a way of saying today is a real day with a shape to it. When Arthur was alive, I always made dinner at 5:30 because that's when he got hungry. After he died, I realized I wasn't even hungry until 7 most nights, so I changed it. That felt like freedom, actually, finding my own rhythm instead of matching someone else's. If you live alone, you get to decide. That's not loneliness, that's liberty. Third, have something that needs you. For me, it's my cat, Daisy. She's 11 years old, very opinionated, and she expects breakfast at 7:15 exactly. If I'm late, she lets me know about it. It doesn't have to be a pet. It could be plants, a garden, birds you feed, something that's alive and counts on you showing up. It gives you a reason to get out of bed even on the days when you don't feel like it. And there will be days you don't feel like it. Having something that needs you, that helps. I also keep a bird list. Every bird that comes to my feeder, I write it down in a notebook. Date, time, species, how many. It's silly, maybe, but it gives me something to watch for, something to notice. When you live alone, you need things to pay attention to. Otherwise, the world gets too quiet and you get stuck in your own head. Fourth tip, and this might sound strange, be picky about people. When you live alone, your social energy is limited. You can't waste it on people who drain you or relationships that are just noise. I have 3 close friends. Martha from church, we've known each other 60 years, Lillian from my book club, and my neighbor Florence, who's 84 and also lives alone. That's it. 3 friends I actually want to talk to, who actually know me, who I'm genuinely glad to see. That's worth more than 20 acquaintances I have to perform for. I used to feel guilty about this, like I should want more friends, more activities, more socializing. But I've learned that quality matters more than quantity. One real conversation is worth 10 polite ones. One friend who knows you is worth 20 who just know your name. If you're an introvert, give yourself permission to have a small circle. There's nothing wrong with that. Last tip, and this is the big one. You have to actually like yourself, because when you live alone, you're stuck with yourself all the time. If you can't stand your own company, living alone is going to be miserable. If you can enjoy your own company, it's wonderful. This took me a long time. I spent years thinking I was too quiet, too boring, too much of a homebody. I'd compare myself to outgoing people and feel like I was doing life wrong. I wasn't. I was just doing life differently. And differently isn't wrong. I like reading. I like my tea in the morning. I like watching birds and petting my cat and going to bed early. I don't like parties. I don't like small talk. I don't like being busy just for the sake of being busy. And at 91, I finally stopped apologizing for any of that. If you're living alone and struggling, ask yourself, are you struggling because you're lonely, or are you struggling because you think you should be lonely? Those are different problems. The first one needs connection, the second one needs permission. Permission to be content with a quieter life than the world says you should want. I miss Arthur. I do. 47 years is a long time, and there's an empty chair at the table that never stops being empty. But missing someone isn't the same as being lonely. I carry him with me. I think about him every day, and I also have a full life without him. A different life than when he was here, but still full. My children worry that I'm isolated. I understand why, but I'm not isolated. I'm just quiet. I have my routine, my cat, my books, my birds, my 3 friends. I have Sunday calls with Sarah and visits from the grandchildren at Christmas. I have enough, more than enough, actually. Some people are built for solitude. I'm one of them. Maybe you are too. And if you are, I want you to know there's nothing wrong with you. You're not broken. You're not missing something everyone else has. You're just wired for quiet. And quiet can be a very good life if you let it. So, 5 tips. Know the difference between alone and lonely. Build a routine. Have something that needs you. Choose your people carefully. And make peace with yourself. That's all I've got. It's time for my afternoon tea. And Daisy's looking at me like I've already taken too long with this. Be well.